Man, now let's talk about obviously your 3 albums deep right now.
This is number 3.
Number 3,
October 28th.
Evolver.
Yes.
And so I guess the generic question that I want to ask you, but I want to hear your answer is, how has John Legend evolved in this game?
The new album, I think, will be different than the first 2. You know, obviously Green Light is a different track than you've heard me do before. It's more up tempo, but also in the rest of the album we did some experimentation, and the music just sounds a little bit different than what it has been in the past. And I think my old fans will still be very happy with it, but I think we'll also make some new fans with it too.
And you got Kanye, you got your new artist Estelle on there as well.
Estelle's on there, Kanye's on it, and Brandy, we just did a track together. It's crazy. It's a duet called Quickly. And I love it, and I put it on the album at the last minute. So
how does it make you feel to have an artist like Estelle do so good with American Boy?
I'm so proud. American Boy is such a big song, and I wrote it with her, and I'm really proud that she's doing so well. And she deserves it, man. She works really hard, and she's very talented.
Does it give you kind of a perspective, probably how proud Kanye is of you, how proud you are of Estelle? You know what I'm saying?
It's funny, man. It's like the circle keeps going, because all the things that I had to ask Kanye to do for me, you know, and all the things he was able to open, you know, all the doors he was able to open for me, and the help he was able to give me, I'm doing the same thing for her. And, you know, it's nice when you can give back in that way and pay it forward, as they say.
Pay it forward,
so
right,
maybe she'll do the same thing.
You know, I'm gonna get a little weird right now.
Yeah.
As if we haven't gotten weird already, but
right now.
I was in Los Angeles about 3 months ago, and we were driving down. I forgot what street it was.
Oh, this is creepy, not weird. This is creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. And I'm driving. We're stuck in traffic, and I glance over to the left, and I see a man on his cell phone, and I go to my buddy I'm with. I go, I think that's John Legend. And I go, I've met John Legend like 3 times.
Was I driving?
You were driving.
It was a black Lexus?
It was a black Lexus.
Yeah, that's me.
I go, here's my first thing. I go, he's definitely not going to remember me. So you're on the phone. So I'm thinking, should I beep the horn? Should I run out the window? And I go, once he gets off the phone, I'm going to do something. I didn't do anything, but I want to let you know. You
were watching me.
And here are the pictures of that, man. Here's your license plate number.
Here's your license plate number. You had 22s on the Lexus. But no, hey, we were in the same city, man.
There you go. Imagine that.
But you know, another thing too, man, I know you're really busy. A lot of people probably know this about you, but you give back a lot. Not only with Estelle, but you do a lot of like charity work. You have a lot of foundations, which is very cool that a lot of artists really don't do. Yeah. But you do it, man.
I think, you know, when you've been blessed and you've been very fortunate in life, you know, you have the ability to give back, then why not do it, you know? And there's a lot of people in the world that are suffering, you know. There's 1 billion people living on less than $1 a day, which is
crazy,
impossible to even imagine.
Yeah.
And, but I've seen it, you know, live and in person. And if you see that live and in person and you walk away and don't do anything about it, then, you know, what kind of person are you? So for me, it's just something I need to do. It's something I have to do. Why wouldn't I? And so I have the ability to help people, and so I do it.
Wow, it's amazing. And you know, not just charity stuff you do, but even like being the voice of like relationships. I got to tell you, ordinary people.
I'm like a therapist, musical therapist.
I will give you props. Ordinary People is probably one of the greatest love songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And I think years ago when that came out, I was kind of going through a thing with my crazy girlfriend or whatever. And it was like, it just
do you want to give a shout out to her right now?
No.
Shout out to his crazy girlfriend.
But it kind of showed me like, you know what, everybody goes through these things, you know what I'm saying? And you're the voice of people that maybe can't say it as perfectly as that song did. So
I got a few on this album that'll definitely be relationship
I can't wait to
conversations as well. So one of them's called Everybody Knows. One of them's called This Time. You know, you have a few you can talk about.
Could you name one crazy ex-girlfriends?
No, I'm single now.
I don't name crazy ex-girlfriends.
No, we single now.
So you've won Grammys.
Yes.
You performed everywhere. You've performed at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You performed at the All-Star Game, Major League Baseball,
Democratic
NBA,
Convention,
WrestleMania. Don't forget WrestleMania.
I mean, you're living like the guy dream. You know what I mean? You're performing everywhere the guys want to be.
You know, the most excited my nephews have ever been in life was when I took them to the WrestleMania with me. Yeah, I have 2 nephews, and one of them's 8, one of them's 7, and I have a niece too, and a young nephew too. But the 2 older ones came with me to WrestleMania. Right. and they were in heaven. They recognized every wrestler.
That's crazy.
And you know, I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, but I don't watch it now, so I don't know any of the guys that are you know, currently.
You like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I know Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. But I didn't know John Cena and all these guys. Right. My nephews knew every single one of them. They took pictures with all of them. They must have been the most popular kids at school in the next week, and they were very excited.
All because of you, man. Once again, giving back, right?
Paying it forward. Paying it forward, John. Well, again,
I'm the favorite uncle now.
Yeah, favorite uncle. John Legend Evolver comes out October 28th.
Let's talk about your ex-girlfriend one more time.
No, I mean, she's not even
Let's talk about you stalking me in California.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
You're on the same street.
Let's talk about that. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. All right, John Legend Evolver in stores October 28th.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
Wasn't stalking.
B96.